Hello viewers, today we have a 2014 Toyota Sienna, 3.5, a 6-liter engine. Customer complains that the heater inside the vehicle is not getting up to temperature. It takes longer than normal to reach to a warm, comfortable temperature inside. So he told me to check the vehicle for any coolant leaks, and that's what we're gonna do today. Upon an inspection, I'm not sure if you guys are gonna be able to see it, but I can. We're flashing my flashlight over there, all the way down there. We see a coolant leak. We're gonna check from this side, see if we can get a better view. Down there, that's where the coolant leak is dripping all the way down there. Also, if I put my I think I see that the coolant leak is coming from the top of the water pump. Let's see right here, back over there on the at the mirror. We're here on the bottom of the vehicle, and we can see the coolant leak. It has been going for quite a while. Right there. Let's check it out from this side. It's the coolant looks like it's coming from the top, not actually on the bottom. So I'm gonna have to turn the vehicle on and see where the coolant leak is coming from actually. But it's a big coolant leak. Here I am under the vehicle, and I have the vehicle running, as you can see. I think the coolant leak is coming from, it's not coming from the actual water pump. See if I can, I believe it's coming from up there at the, like, under the engine mount. So I'm gonna be under the vehicle until I can actually confirm the drips of coolant are coming from the top and not actually from the water pump. We have confirmed that the water pump is not the failure here. The actual leak is coming from behind that motor mount. So we're gonna have to remove the motor mount and try to see what is leaking. I believe could be one of those O-ring seals from one of the hoses, metal pipes that goes in the middle of the engine. So let's check that out. So for this coolant leak, we're gonna have to remove our engine support mount, this bolts right here, so we can access behind the motor mount. So I'll remove the bracket, 3 bolts, one here, other one here, the other one over here, and the one over there. That's the one over there on the back. And this little bracket that goes here, 2 nuts, and take them out. So now we're going to remove 3 or 4 bolts for this bracket over here. Also, we're going to remove this bracket that's on top of our mount bracket. So we're going to remove that as well, so we can remove it. I'll remove the bracket. The hardest part to remove the bracket, this bolt over here, this right here, hits against the firewall. So for that, I remove a bolt here on this bracket for the AC bracket right there on the bottom, and I loosen that bracket back over there. I actually took just the hoses out, but you can loosen that up and you can maneuver, you can move this AC line. Just be careful not to move it so much, not to put so much stress on it while trying to remove your bolt from this side over here. That's how I removed the bolt, and I was able to remove the bracket. So now here, after removing where the leak is coming from, which is from this bypass hose over here, the bypass hose right here, that's where our leak is coming from. So we're gonna proceed and remove this right here, this piece right here. I'm not sure, I don't think it's part of the water pump. It could be just that sits on top of the water pump, but I could be wrong. But I'm going to proceed and remove this and see what happens. I'm going to drain a little bit of the coolant and I'm going to save it so I can reuse it. Right, I have drained some plenty of coolant, just enough to clear my hoses. There's a drain plug over there for your coolant. I put a small hose and I put a bottle to catch the coolant. Now it's time to remove our hoses. Upper radiator hose, remove the clamp, pull it back, and then if this clamp is seized, we're just gonna break it down like with a pick, one of these big picks, and try not to break it, not to puncture it. Once you get that loose, then we're gonna break loose this one over here, this hose. We're gonna just move it back and forth. That way we know it's loose. And then we're gonna remove 2 bolts that hold this bracket. That's the actual thermostat bracket that holds the thermostat inside. 2 bolts, or maximum 3, 2 bolts, but I see 2 bolts right now. We're gonna break it loose and get it out of the way and try to order a seal. I have removed the thermostat housing. It's 3 bolts for thermostat housing. See it right here. 1, 2, and 3 for the thermostat housing, and this is our main problem. This is why we were having the leak coming from this seal right here. This seal was damaged, so it wasn't sealed anymore. You can see some remains of the coolant right here, remains. So it means we could easily say it's the water pump. The water pump is down here. Comes all the way over here and moves on the bottom side all over here. But no, this scenario was coming from the upper. It's called bypass coolant pipe, and I ordered the seal, and this is the seal that they sent me. So I'm hoping it's not the wrong one, but it looks like it's gonna fit my needs. That's the part number for the bypass. All right, let's get to it. I have installed the seal. I'm going to use the green one. I like to lubricate the seal with some WD-40 or Vaseline if you have some, and that way when we put our hose assembly or our thermostat housing, we don't create any damage to the seal. So we're gonna install that our housing back in place. After installing our thermostat housing here, our sealed back over there on the bottom, put our clamp hose over here, our upper radiator hose. Now we're going to proceed and install our bracket for the support bracket. I also clean the bottom. I spray some degreaser, and I spray some water after the degreaser so I can also start the vehicle and confirm that there's no more leaks. So I decided to actually get the vehicle running up to temperature without installing the support bracket, and see if I have any, if my leak has been fixed. So our leak was coming from the mirror of the upper pipe. So I don't see any leaks coming from there anymore. So I have confirmed that I have fixed this coolant leak. Our coolant leak is gone. We have successfully repaired this leak just by using a $3 gasket repair kit. So installing the bracket wasn't that hard after all. With the bolt in, what I did, I just put the bolt with the bracket together, and then I just slide it in there and kind of tilt it a little bit, and then slide the bolt out so my bracket will fall in place. And that's how I did it. You just have to try to find a way to slide up the bolt this way after you're hitting against the motor over here on this side. So that's all for now. The rest of I'm just gonna finish installing everything else. I have confirmed there's no leaks on the coolant system. So for this video, this is all.